tough on everybody.
Unmute. You should be good.
Good. All right, we're ready to reconvene. Sorry for the delay. But, we've been reconvening now, so do I have any request for action from the executive session?
I make a motion to approve 394 certified employment contract reputation for the 2020-21 school year presented in the executive session.
All right, we have a motion. Do we have a second?
Second.
Carlton, Ms. Beeks, a second. Any other discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, show of hands. Ayes have it. Ms. Lowe voted aye also. Unanimous vote. All right. Now, moving right along, approval for the minutes from the last meeting. Everybody had time to look them over. And, see any changes, deletions, or additions you'd like us to have change.
Make a motion to approve the minutes of February 24, 2024 meeting.
All right, we have a motion, second.
Second.
Ms. Calhoun, second. Any discussion? All in favor, show of hands. Ayes have it. Ms. Blue, raise your hand also. All right, moving right along, we'll move right into the superintendent's report.
First and foremost, I want to thank our teachers, our principals, assistant principals, custodians, maintenance, staff, our instructional coaches, our district office staff, all of our secretary, everybody that works in District 55. Our bus drivers who are still carting food to different neighborhoods, even our bus drivers are parking in our zones for Wi-Fi so that students who don't have Wi-Fi at home can access it. So everybody that works in L55 is a champion, and I want to thank them from the bottom of my heart for what you're doing for our children and our families. I also want to say a special thank you to our parents who have been thrust into the unknown of the unknowns. Our parents are doing a great job partnering with us. Since I've been here in 4 years, I always talk about parents as partners. So thank you to our parents as well. One of the downsides of COVID-19, and there are many, has been the impact that it's had on our graduating class of 2020. I just filmed something for them that's special that I hope that they will remember in terms of going through this experience. As it pertains to our class of 2020, graduation is something that is really been the topic of many, many meetings to the point that we sent a survey out to our graduating class of 2020, giving them 4 options for graduation. And the one that came back to us is the one that they would like to have would be delaying gratification until late June or around that time, and reducing the number of tickets from 6, which was the original amount, to 3, which is a 50% reduction on the number of tickets. Also holding the graduation at the football stadium, outside versus inside, so that we can socially distance ourselves and the graduates and those who are invited. Now it's time for us to go to logistics, find out whether that is something that we can do while live streaming it to family members and the public who are not able to attend. And so more information in terms of the specifics and the logistical side of how we will pull this off, including the technology side of how we would live stream it to the public. Dr. Thomas has worked with her staff and Mrs. Faulkner to purchase pictures of each graduate that are seen yard signs with graduates. We're going to put 320 near the high school, have not located the exact location yet, but those will be lined up in a parade of graduates so that people can drive by and see pictures of their children, their family members, and so forth. We are also congratulating and honoring our seniors who did not get to participate in spring sports. We're working with downtown on the square to fly banners of senior athletes so that they will too feel special in the absence of their spring season, which is something that they will never be able to get back. In terms of stimulus funds, we were notified and you did get information from us. The amount is 1.9 million that we are expecting as part of our stimulus fund package. And we know that the budget is going to be slim. Mr. Lawless is going to speak more to that tonight, but even more details will be forthcoming at the May budget sessions, work sessions, and you'll get a better understanding of the dynamics of the budget for next year. Wi-Fi buses, Mr. Finland has been overseeing and working very closely to monitor the use of the Wi-Fi buses, and gives us a report weekly in our cabinet meeting, and that too is going well. The Department of Student Nutrition, you've been hearing daily, because when this thing hit us, they hit the road running the very next day. Wanda is all about feeding children, and we're not just feeding our students, we're feeding anybody who comes to be a part of that food package. We're serving approximately 5,000 meals per day, twice a week. And these meals are being delivered on 8 bus routes in the community. All school cafeterias are open for curbside pickup. There are approximately 60 employees putting their lives on the line who are working to make this happen. We've also started utilizing volunteer work by other employees to assist with loading meals on buses, delivery of those meals, and handing out curbside. On April the 20th, we started offering hot meals at curbside, along with packing cold sandwiches and shelf-stable prepackaged items to send home. And so a phenomenal job by our Department of Student Nutrition with Ms. Wanda Knight leading that effort.
Just one question. Are we doing is it 5 meals per
Yes.
week or 7? Because I know one time I thought
It's
I saw
5.
something.
It's 5, but
7.
it's 5 now, but we signed a waiver to be able to distribute meals on the weekend. And that was just great as well. Roof work will begin at Lawrence Elementary School on June the 8th. Project and cleanup will be completed prior to the school start date in the fall. And if you've not driven by the old hardware store, it's gone. Would like to thank Mr. Rhett Harris, our Director of Operations and Maintenance, for overseeing this from start to finish. It was not an easy project, but DHEC has issued a permit for demolition of the hardware store, and we are almost there. They will landscape that. We've also secured the billboard right in front of the hardware store instead of using the one by Burton's. As you come into Lawrence, you can't help but understand and feel the impact of Lawrence District 55 schools. In addition to that, Bill Finley, who's here with us, reported that 40 additional hotspots for Wi-Fi have been ordered and are expected to arrive by the end of the month. Lastly, the last 2 weeks of school, we've been given broad authority by the State Department of Education to begin the collection of our Chromebooks, and Dr. Thomas is working with her department and with principals to carefully plan and skillfully execute that plan for the last 2 weeks of school. That ends my report.
Thank you. All right, Dr. Thomas.
Good evening. The current COVID-19 pandemic and school closure have had a significant impact on the daily lives of our students, families, teachers, and administrators. During these unprecedented times, it is obvious that teaching and learning will look different than it did prior to the pandemic. Our teachers, administrators, and staff are working incredibly hard to make remote learning a success. However, we know that these efforts do not replace the classroom experience. Our families have also been very critical to supporting our students at home, and for that we're very grateful. During this process, we're continuing to align our efforts to the strategic plan. Our students are working on e-learning through Edmentum. We've distributed Chromebooks to students in grades 3 through 7. Our 8th grade students and high school students already have the Chromebooks available. Since we heard from the governor and Superintendent Spearman about the schools remaining closed for the duration of the school year, our staff has worked hard to develop a continuous learning plan as well as a more enhanced remote learning approach. Our teachers are providing virtual lessons and instruction to students weekly. Some of our teachers are sending videos of lessons for students. Some are posting read-alouds, as well as providing small group or individual virtual tutoring sessions. Our teachers are also involved in weekly professional development and training on how to successfully engage and connect with students, how to meet the needs of EL students, how to meet the needs of special education students, unpacking the data, as well as the basic implementation of effectively teaching virtual lessons. We have additional online resources available on our website that are available to students, parents, and teachers. Parents are encouraged to visit our website regularly for updates, tips, schedules, and online resources to continue to support learning at home. We have also provided paper packets for students created by the Teaching and Learning Department. These were distributed on March 16th and April 1st. Our next packet distribution will be on May the 5th from 8:30 to 5:30. These packets will be for students in grades K through 2, since our other students now have access to Chromebooks. Parents will drive through to pick up packets. They may also return completed packets at this time. We do understand, however, that some parents prefer the paper learning packets. Therefore, we will have packets available for other students in grades 3 through 8 for those who may need them. We sent out a chart that's also posted on our website as well of the revised guidance from the South Carolina Department of Education in the amount of time that students should spend on assignments. So that is available and has been sent to parents as well. Our teachers have scheduled office hours. The office hours are Monday, Wednesday, and Friday from 9 to 12, Tuesday and Thursday, 9 to 11, and 5 till 7. During the time of the school closure, we will continue to focus on the academic, emotional, and social needs of all of our students. We will continue to proactively communicate with staff, students, and families on any updates and information. We're here to support our students and families as we navigate remote learning together. Thank you. Any questions?
Thank you for that
Thank you.
outstanding job, all of y'all do.
Excellent job.
All right, Mr. Finley.
E-rate is a program implemented by the FCC in 1997 and was funded by the Universal Service Fund. The program was started to make telecommunications, internet access, and internal connections more affordable for schools and libraries in the United States. Lawrence County School District 55 has a long history of using E-rate funds to purchase technology at substantially reduced rates. This year, we purchased 346 wireless access points, 25 switches, and 4 uninterruptible power supplies. For the 2020-2021 school year, we have requested to have 3 labs rewired and a replacement of 34 switches, 3 uninterruptible power supplies, and the district cash box appliance. The Children's Internet Protection Act requires schools and libraries receiving E-rate funds to certify that they are enforcing a policy of internet safety that includes measures to block or filter internet access for both minors and adults, and to educate students concerning appropriate online behavior. Our technology protection measures include an IVALS content filter, a sonic wall firewall, a Cisco umbrella. These tools are used to strengthen our defense against viruses, malware, ransomware, and other cyber attacks. We also contract with Gaggle to monitor student email and cloud storage drives for spam, inappropriate language, cyberbullying, physical abuse, self-harm, and inappropriate images. In an effort to provide the best curriculum to teach internet safety to all grades and to meet the requirements of civil laws, the district is primarily using learning.com. Internet safety coordinators at each school assure training is provided to all students during the first days of the school year by the librarian, teachers, or the computer instructor. If the student enrolls after the start of the year, they are trained upon enrollment. Acceptable use policies and forms are signed by all employees, students, and/or parents or legal guardians, stating they will agree to all policies concerning the use of technology resources and the internet. I'm glad to answer any questions. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Bennett. We, look forward to see where the future carries us as far as our, technology in the school goes.
I do as well.
And I think we're gonna have a long future ahead of us. So,
Thanks, sir.
thank you a lot. Mr. Bennett?
Good evening. This is our annual time to authorize me and the superintendent to apply for our federal funds. As part of our packet, you'll see that I gave you a handout also, but it's also in your packet today. So the federal planning program guide, and this is basically tentative money that will be allocated for next school year. Federal funds run for a 27-month period, and those funds are expended over those 27 months, but budgeted for a 1-year expense. So whenever we look at Title I, we're right at $2 million. We did actually get tentative allocations after this was printed. That's $2,080,000. So that did go up $100,000 on our Title I allocation anticipated for next year. Title I Part A, which is additional technical assistance for some of our schools. We have 2 schools getting those funds, $118,000. Title II Part A, which is our professional development funds, $250,000. Title III, which is the funds that support our English language learners, $38,000. Title IV, which is additional academic enrichment and student supports. You see that's $120,000. Also Title IV, which is our 21st Century Grant. We currently have 2 21st Century Grants, which are expiring this year, but we've applied for 3 additional 21st Century Grants. Those will be $840,000 if we can award all 3 of those to run after school and summer school program. And then our Title V rural low education, rural income monies, which support, we're actually using those for mental health deficits for $107,000. This is an item that I need board approval so that we can go forward with the applications for these federal funds.
Any questions? Where?
I was just, when you said the, rural low income school program for, it's just 1.5, that's gonna cover all of our schools.
We actually we have it written into some other plans too. Our goal is to have 3. So we have 1 at the high school currently, 1 serving middle school. And then we also are looking to hire an elementary one, but we also contract through Beckman to provide additional mental health supports through Beckman. So we're looking to hire our own so that we can place them where we need them. So we're looking to hire 3 total. That one just covers 1.5, and there's some other ones and some other plans too.
Anyone else with questions?
Yes, Title V Part B, 21st Century Olympics.
Yes, sir.
Learning some, that the bottom of that is why you say the number of partnerships.
Yes,
Do
sir.
we have a fixed amount?
Is that a fixed amount? The YMCA is one that actually provides the academic and or the actual recreational part of our plan. So as part of their 3 content rotation. They do a little bit of math or STEM, some ELA, social studies, and then they have a activity time. So they do that mentoring during that additional physical activity time during that rotation, and we just contract for them to be able to provide those mentors, recreational leaders during that time.
Hearing no other questions, I have a motion.
I make a motion to authorize Dr. Joe Kinlan and the superintendent to act as designee of the school board to formally file the district's federal applications and plans for the 2020-2021 school year.
Second.
Got a second. Any other discussion, questions? Call for vote, all in favor, show of hands. Aye. Ayes have it, Mr. Floyd voted aye also.
Thank you.
Thank you, Lord. Next is Mr. Wallace with our financial report.
Good evening.
Good evening.
These are strange times.
Yes.
I think everyone received a copy of our financial reports for February and March. I'll kind of cover those in conjunction rather than duplicate the reporting on both funds. Our balance for the treasurer's office as of the end of February was $10,045,084, and that increased to $10,540,381 by the end of March. Our fiscal year-to-date general fund revenues for the first 9 months were $36,391,529, which is a little higher than at this point last year. Our general fund expenditures for that same time period were $33,536,377, for a difference of $2,855,192, which is a little less than we were at this point last year, which, as I've mentioned in previous months, is due primarily to the increase in salary and benefits. The tax collections for the month of February were $721,963, and March collections were $723,383. Anyone have any questions on those items?
I got a question. We've seen quite a few houses going up in Lawrence County.
If it's owner occupied, it has very, very little effect on our budget. Act 388 took care of the property tax for the school operating portion of property tax on personal land. Okay. Also, I was going to mention that we are currently in the process of developing a general fund budget for the 2020-21 fiscal year. And due to the uncertainty surrounding the state budget for next year, many districts are passing continuing resolutions for next year, knowing that they're likely have to revise or amend after the state passes its budget. At this point, I am trying to gather as much information as I can about where our funding will end up so we can go ahead and have a budget ready, which means that likely we would end up having to do an amendment to the general fund budget when the state releases their budget. At this point, we're hearing that the funding that affects our general fund should not decrease. Hopefully that holds up. If that's what we are hearing from the state at this point, their best guess. And that could change.
Should not be.
Should not decrease. I hope that's what I said.
Okay, you did. I just want to make sure I heard it correct.
That, again, there's a lot of uncertainty with that, at this point, what we're hearing is that they are looking to weather this hopefully temporary storm with the surplus that the state had accumulated and hold schools harmless. We've been instructed by the state to keep our salary levels the same as the 1920 rates, with the step increases being frozen until we're told otherwise. It's our hope that when the state does order step increases, they will provide the funding to cover those increases So we're cautiously moving forward with a little bit of information that we have, being as conservative as possible with our projection. And with salary and benefits being the lion's share of our budget, and those figures being frozen, I anticipate that our budget will change very little from where we were for the current year. Anyone have any questions or comments related to the budget process?
Yeah, I do want to report that the week of May 4th is Teacher Appreciation Week. We also have Nurses Appreciation Week.
May 6th.
May 6th. We're dealing now with food nutrition.
School Lunch Hero.
Right, Food Lunch Hero. We want the board to be informed of those. As part of celebrating and thanking our teachers for going above and beyond, using their own Wi-Fi and cell phones at home, we are distributing a $50 gift card on May the 4th, depositing $50 for every certified teacher in our district to offset some of the costs for their using their own Wi-Fi and phones. So I don't want you to hear that out in public and not know that we're doing that. So, yes,
I
ma'am.
appreciate you telling us ahead.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you, Mr. Wallace. Hearing nothing else, we have a motion for adjournment.
So moved.
Motion, second to speak. All in favor, show of hands. All the ayes have it, it's slow vote. Aye too. Now it's voted. Thank you a lot. I'm glad tonight that we had our first night of the simulcast. And I look forward to keep this as a long-going tradition from this point on. I think it's important that everybody in the community have every opportunity possible to know what we do. Like Mr. Murray and all of that. Kathy, thank you for your participation tonight. And
Thank you guys, I appreciate it.
this setup seems to work very well, so we'll continue as long as need be. Thank y'all. Everybody have a safe trip home.
All right, good night, Kathy.
Bye. Good night.
They say you want your credit card. You look too cute.